Welcome to the Wandering Tangent Podcast. I'm BJ, with me is Jeff, and today we're going on a short tangent about the 1982 cult classic sci-fi movie, Tron.
Okay, so what we're going to do differently is rather than having a several hour conversation that goes on and on and on forever, we have decided to have a very short conversation for which we will actually time ourselves to make sure that we are concise, because somehow we're going to discover how to be concise somehow, and this is part of that academic process.
It's almost as if we talked for like an hour and a half about this movie yesterday, but then somehow lost the audio and didn't want to talk about it for another 2 hours.
Yes, there's probably some sort of laziness involved with this as well.
What a coincidence. Okay, so ready with the timer? I'll give you a countdown.
Oh, we should also mention that we might be talking about spoilers from here on out. So there could be spoilers included.
Yes, we're not going to separate spoilers from non-spoilers because we're giving ourselves 5 minutes.
Yes. Okay. So,
okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So, Tron, sci-fi classic, cult classic?
Yeah, cult classic. And, yeah, amazing special effects.
Less amazing acting.
I thought the acting was all right, but I could see your point. And a lot of people loved it, but would everyone love this?
If you're here for plot, no, you're not going to love Tron for the plot.
Oh, but you're going to love the glowing frisbees and the jumping around and the bad guys in red and the good guys in green. You're going to love that, right?
Wait, I thought the good guys were in blue.
Wait. Yeah, blue. Yeah, what are those? What are the good guy colors? Blue and green are good guy colors. Red is obviously an evil color. So it's easy to follow because of the color coordination.
Okay, that was a minute down. We talked about the colors.
That was all the progress we've made. Okay, also, this is a great movie, but if you make a movie anthropomorphic, then just beware, because the audience may not be able to follow it very well, because cartoons are anthropomorphic. People get that. You can make toys anthropomorphic, make them act like humans in a story, but making computer programs into humans to tell a story, it's cool and a great idea, but I don't think people really caught on to it completely. So that's what I think mainly made this movie not be hugely popular, instead be just kind of a niche popular audience for it.
We give ourselves 5 minutes to record this and you go down that rabbit hole.
I know. Okay, what rabbit hole is, what really needs to be said about this? Go ahead.
I mean, obviously you're watching Tron. You're watching Tron for the special effects, and surprisingly enough, I would say that the computer-generated special effects actually hold up pretty well, because given the limitations at the time, it was 1982 after all, they did have to go for a more stylized look, and with stylization, it increases the longevity of your special effects.
That was a really good point you made. Yeah. Style makes a big difference with how popular it keeps over time. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you look at stuff from the early 2000s, stuff that's quote unquote realistic, it doesn't hold up because the bar of how realistic something looks, it's always going to change. But if you stylize it, the style's gonna have to last a lot longer, and given the limitations, they did what they did with the style, and it holds up pretty good.
Good. Yeah, and the cool thing about this storyline is you have the operating system is kind of like the universe or the grid, but then you have the bad guy, which is like the antivirus that's going out to make the system secure, but this security program could be too aggressive, too domineering, and so that's the bad guys. They're trying to take over and control everything, and they're not letting people have some amount of freedom to do things. So the whole story is this battle between those who want freedom and those that want control and security from it. So it's kind of a struggle between good and evil like that.
The bad guys are an antivirus program to keep you from playing your favorite game. 1 minute remaining. What else you want to say?
I really like this movie more after watching it, and when you get to know the story and really dive into it, it's actually a pretty good story, and I like it more after I've been in it a lot more. But from a kid, if you just gloss over this movie, it seems like it's cool special effects, but not as interesting. So if you really want to get into Tron, this movie, watch it several times and look at it. You might find that there's a lot of interesting things about it, especially with its back and forth good and evil story that works really well for me. 21 seconds or something.
It was definitely a movie I thought was kind of boring as a kid, even though I still kind of liked it. Though now as an adult, I will say it's going to make me feel kind of bad the next time I use Tax Manager to kill a program. 5 seconds. Go.
I will always love movies, and I always love talking about them. Watch Tron if you dare. It'll be good for most people.
Okay, time's up. So,
what have we done? Like, what have we gained from all this?
we that was us trying to encapsulate a hour and 20-minute conversation we had yesterday into about 5 minutes because we were just too tired to try to dredge up the same energy we had yesterday. So this was an experiment. It's short tangents or something we might play with later on.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hopefully next time it's under better circumstances other than, oh, we just lost an episode.
Well, I mean, our real mission here is to entertain the 4 or 5 computerized bots that might scan our podcast.
And ourselves.
And ourselves, which is really our full audience right there.
So anyway, before we start tangenting about that, I'm BJ, with me was Jeff, and that was just a short little tangent. We'll see you next time.
So long.